So guys, we have a new Pinnacle weapon coming next week, and specifically we're talking about the Recluse SMG. Of course, on this channel we're going to cover all the Pinnacle weapons, but I want to talk about the Recluse because I'm sure the requirements are going to require some SMG kills inside of Crucible. You see, all the way back with Redrick's Claymore, the only real requirement was just for you to reach Fable rank inside of competitive. And then since then, every season has brought about a quest that normally requires weapon kills of that specific weapon type. So for Luna, you had to get hand cannon kills. Mountaintop, you had to get grenade launcher kills. So it's very likely that this season is going to require us to get SMG kills to obtain the Recluse. Now today we're going to actually be counting down some SMGs that I would get your hands on going into this new season. And these SMGs are going to be kind of split into categories here. So first I'm going to give you the best fixed rolled SMGs that you should get your hands on. These are rolls that you probably already have. SMGs from year one that you can just pull right out of your collections. That will still work very well for you. The second set of SMGs that we're going to talk about are the best multi-kill SMGs. Now the reason why I bring up multi-kills, I don't know if that's going to be required for the quest or not, but if you remember for the mountaintop, you actually had to get double kills with a grenade launcher, and a lot of them. Matter of fact, it said rapidly defeat groups of 2 or more opponents. This was a headache, to say the least. Probably the quest step that kind of hung you up last season. And the third set of SMGs I'm going to talk about are the best random rolled SMGs. Some of the SMGs that you've seen, maybe some of them have dropped in your hands, maybe they're in your vault. So we're going to talk about rolls that are the best to look for in terms of lethality amongst these randomly rolled SMGs. So first up, let's talk about fixed rolls. If I had to choose 2 SMGs to pull straight out of collections right now that can hold their own, hands down, Antiope is still one of the best SMGs. I know I'm saying it wrong, guys. Listen, I've been saying it wrong now for almost 2 years. I can't help it. Somebody said it's Antiope. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it Antiope. Antiope, though, from year one, is still a fantastic SMG. Ricochet rounds, SC hollow sights, kill clip. Most of us probably already have it. You can pull it directly from your collection. So starting day one, if you're just needing an SMG in your hand right then and now, Antiope won't do you wrong. Now, my preferred SMG in this sandbox, the SMG that I'm probably going to be using is this pink SMG right here. That's right, boys, New City. New City is a 900 round per minute SMG and is a shred machine. And considering that SMGs all got a range buff a few months ago, 900 round per minute SMGs feel really good. Don't get me wrong, Antiope 600s, they're definitely reliable, easy to control, can handle well in those mid-range, and by far have the best range stats amongst all SMGs. But these 900s, in terms of just dueling, getting in people's faces, shredding them down, you really can't go wrong with something like New City. It is by far one of the best static roll SMGs in the game. On top of that, I really love it with quick draw. Works wonderfully well with something like Fighting Lion to get the immediate swap to finish opponents off. So guys, those are the 2 rolls, static rolls, that I would be looking for. There's a few others you can definitely get away with it. I know some of you are probably wondering, what about stochastic variable? I've tried stochastic here recently with Face Mag. It just didn't feel good. Didn't feel nearly as good as it did back in year one. So in terms of static roll, guys, year one Antiope, New City, definitely 2 good choices. Now moving on to our wild card SMG. If we are going to be required to get multi-kills with our SMGs, I really like Wrist Runner a lot. Wrist Runner with the right setup is one of the deadliest SMGs in the game. Matter of fact, one of the deadliest weapons in the game. With Arc Conductor, Wrist Runner has a 0.67 time to kill. That's matching Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. On top of that, if you do happen to get Wrist Runner with its catalyst, you just added an extra 30 range to the weapon, which significantly bumps up that range. Now, this is just old gameplay of Wrist Runner from like last year, back in year one, but this is with the catalyst. And this was way back when 900 round per minute SMGs had very, very poor range. They've substantially gotten better. So if you are going to be rocking, say, like Top Tree Striker and you're self-activating Arc Conductor by grenading yourself, Wrist Runner is a great weapon for multi-kills, guys. And again, I don't even know if the quest is going to require us to get multi-kills, but if it does, Wrist Runner will definitely be my go-to choice. Now moving on to the randomly rolled SMGs that I would definitely pick up and use if you happen to have like the right roll. And when I say the right roll, I'm talking about a roll like this Trackless Weights. Look at this thing. This gentleman had a roll with Zen Moment, Kill Clip, and High Cal rounds on it. worked very well, and this is before we even put a mod on it. So if you're a fan of 900 round per minute SMGs, or specifically if you're a fan of New City, but you're looking for a more lethal roll, Trackless Waste here is a fantastic option. Another one is also Hero's Burden. Now Hero's Burden, this one's placed in the energy slot. I really liked it back in year 1. It's the Iron Banner SMG, so I'm assuming a lot of you probably already have some pretty decent rolls of it. I've got like a kill clip, moving target roll. I can't remember if that was the vendor roll or not, but really it's not a bad roll. It does good, it puts in work. Both of those SMGs, in terms of random rolled SMGs, are really, really good. Now, if you are a fan of 600s, you can still go with Antiope because there is a randomly rolled Antiope that you can get, but I can tell you right now, I have yet to get a roll better than my year 1 Antiopes. Another good randomly rolled SMG though, that is also a 600, is Atalanta D. This was also another year 1 SMG and dropped with random rolls back in Black Armory. I've seen some very nasty rolls on this one. Again, I wish we can think more outside of the box in terms of the God roll, but in terms of lethality, you really can't go wrong with something like Kill Clip on any of these weapons. Now another SMG, I have only played with it a few times. I've had a lot of people speak really highly of it, which is the Bad Reputation. It's another 600 round per minute SMG, but it's located in the energy slot. So if you're looking for a 600 round per minute SMG that frees up that kinetic slot, Bad Reputation can grant that. Well guys, those are the SMGs that I would keep my hands on, especially going into this new season. There's some people that said that Pillager's really good in Breath of the Dragon. I don't think I've gotten any good rolls that I really like with those SMGs. They're lightweight SMGs, and don't get me wrong, lightweight SMGs are not bad. Hell, the new SMG that's coming is a lightweight SMG, but I've always been a huge fan of like Hero's Burden, Trackless Waste, and New City, and that's probably where I'm going to be living at in terms of SMGs going into this next season. And if it turns out we're going to be getting multi-kills, I need to get the Wrist Runner Catalyst. That Catalyst, guys, if you have it, man, it makes Wrist Runner a monster. Combining that with all of the other various SMG buffs that have hit us over the past few months, Wrist Runner could definitely hold its own. Now, before I let you guys go, shout out to my supporters over on Patreon. Much love to you guys. We actually added 15 new supporters in the past 2 days. Crazy, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much for it. Really, really. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.